Hello guys, my name is Lucas. I'm also known as Ezreal Japonés, which means Japanese Ezreal in Latin America South. And well, I'm making this video because uh, I'm an Ezreal main. I'm currently being a one-trick pony of Ezreal. I'm an OTP right now, and I've had quite a rise in my elo. I've had uh, I started playing like League again, like I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was plat 3, I think. At, when at that time when I started playing it, well, I started playing it back because I've been playing League for like 10 years, but always like casually. I've have I have like a million mastery points with Lee Sin, which is a fun champion in my opinion. And so I played League like casually. I never tried to climb like actually try to focus on improvement on the game and stuff. And well, lately I've had some really good fun with Ezreal when I was like on platinum, and there I had the opportunity to rise a little bit my elo. I am actually Diamond 3. Wait, am I Diamond 3? Holy shit. Oh, no, I'm Diamond 2. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. And well, I've risen uh, my rank quite a bit, as you may notice. And well, I had this doubt when I started playing Ezreal for these past 2 weeks, and it was this doubt that I asked on the ezrealmains subreddit. Well, it's not a subreddit. I think it's a Reddit itself. I don't know. I'm not really used to using Reddit myself. And I asked, is there a superior build right now? Because as you may notice, already carries, like Sari for example, was like only going for Trinity. Draven also was going all in Trinity, for example. Let me see. Stats. Uh, Inferior, which means bottom in Spanish. For example, I don't know, 80 carry diamond on my server. Well, there are all these like characters that have like a specific build. Aphelios, I'm not really sure. I think he just uses Gale Force. Saya also uses Gale Force, and the ADCs who don't use Gale Force, I think they are using Trinity right now. And Ezreal hasn't had like many changes that like changes its build a lot, on this last big patch that League added. And well, I had this doubt about if it's the Navori Quick Blades build the way to go right now, because I had like a really fucking long win streak when I was rising in Diamond 4, Platinum 1, with only using like the Navori Quick Blades build. And well, and when I tried to use the Trinity Force build, I had like some, how do you say it? I lost games when using Trinity and not when using Navoris. And the thing is, I was like kind of confused because I was looking at all these players, rank 1 Ezreal players on League of Drafts that were using Trinity build. And so I asked myself, why? Why am I um, performing so good on Navori build and Essence Reaver, and other people are are recommending Trinity, and so I posted this, and people on Reddit say I'd say default to go Trinity build. For example, this is one comment. Uh, Build whatever HanQL is running, which is a Chinese Israel player who's really fucking good. I recommend you watch some montages of it. Although if you want to watch some gameplays of him, it's kind of difficult because I tried watching some videos of him, but he was using he had like some weird audio problems on his gameplay records, and so that's out of the picture. For example, Trinity is the most consistent. Essence Reaver Navori feels the strongest, but it's very expensive. Lethality Mythic Fix seems the weakest in my opinion, which I agree with that. I tried Duskly too, and it feels like kind of weird because you don't have that much CD, as weird as it sounds. And then the other people say, for example, well, there's people that say that if you're completely, well, there are two sides of people. There are the type of people that think that if you start ahead on the game, you should go Essence River into Manamune and play for like stomping on the early game and stuff. But if you start behind, you should go Trinity. And then there's the other type of people that think that depending on the enemy comp and on your comp too, because you have supports that will like allow you to do some stuff, that depending on if you are able to land basic attacks, not Qs, basic attacks constantly onto the enemy teams. For example, let's say they have Nautilus and Bolivar, Malphite, tanks, that you will be able to like land basic attacks on them. Trinity will be the best item in that case. You'll have mostly because you have more value with Trinity because of the passive that it has that you like stack. How do you say it? You stack 80, I think you stack when you're like hitting the enemy champion with basic attacks 5 times in a row. It's like a kind of like a conqueror, I think. So let's read it. Yeah, it's your AD. So I was like on this predicament because I tried all these builds, for example, and I tried well, let's see if they have too much tanks. I'll use Trinity. If they have a squishy team, I'll try Essence Reaver, and that's where I felt wrong, and I realized after some games that that's not the thing, or at least for me. I'm talking about my experience, you know. I'm talking about what uh how do I say it? What worked for me and which may not work for you, for example. But always remember that League is a really complex game. You have to think about matchups all the time. When you, if you can win level one, level two, if your jungler will be playing around you, if your jungler starts behind, there's a lot of things in League, and you will definitely have a different time with these builds than I will have. We all have like different mindsets. There are pro players that have different builds, which is crazy because you would say uh, pro players always build the best build there is. The mix maxing is crazy because mix maxing is the way to go. But no, there are different playstyles, playstyles, playstyles for League. And so the thing is, what worked for me and what I would recommend you to follow in this guide is that you always think about the enemy comp, okay? This is what will take you out of silver, bronze, gold games, platinum. Definitely, you should always have your mind thinking about the game and the build and what you're feeling in the game, and what you want to avoid happening. So, for example, let's say here now in this game 14-6, I completely popped off on this game, and well, okay, well, this is not a good example because the enemy Rengar was trolling. He built AP, he started trolling because he died level 1. Let's say they have here, for example, a Rengar. Look what I built. The Rengar was not that bad, as you can see. He dealt damage. He was using Yomus. And Rengar is a really common pick right now. People are smurfing with Rengar and Kha'Zix all the time. They have really high damage with the new Yomus blade change. So, what should you build? Essence Reaver, Trinity. That's what I realized. That's when I realized that you can build Guardian Angel on third item if you go Trinity Force. Okay, look at this. Where's the items stuff? I'm sorry, I have the game in Japanese and it's a little bit hard to see where my objects object building thing is. Let's see here. It's Chinese Ezreal. That's the name of my build. So imagine you go Essence Reaver and Manamune, okay? Then what will your third item be? If you go Essence Reaver and Manamune, you will need, I'd say, to build Navori, okay? You are wasting a lot of value on the mythic passive of the Navori if you don't build it on the third slot, okay? Let's see, where can I show the Navori? Oh my god, this is a disaster. Here, Navori. Where does it say? 5. You're missing. If you built Navori on the fourth item, you have wasted 15 AD for the first 3 items. Okay? So think about this. If the enemy team has a shit ton of damage, let's say the enemy team has a Rengar, a Katarina, a Shaco, a Yone top, you don't want to build, please try my advice and don't go Essence Reaver build. Go Trinity build. Trinity gives you HP and allows you, because you want to have the Manamune and the Sheen at the same time on the first 2 items on the core. Either if it's Trinity or Essence Reaver, you want the Sheen. It's a really good item on Ezreal, okay? You want to have the Manamune, the Sheen, and the third item to be defensive. A defensive item if you are going against assassins, okay? So try to go Guardian Angel if they have Rengar, for example. If they have a lot of AP, heavy AP assassins like an Evelynn, assassins that you know that will deal damage to you because they have been fed on early game, for example, go Malmortius on the third item with Trinity. If they don't have heavy damage, if they are using a kind of like a CC heavy comp like Malzahar, like Tam Kench, I don't know. Let me think. Instead of a Yone mid or a Yasuo, they're using Ari, for example. Yeah. Then you are able to build Essence Reaver and the Navori because you'll be able to use those 3 core items that are really good on Ezreal. Synergize really good. And then I recommend you to build the Navori, okay? I I don't know. This is what worked for me. I really recommend you guys to take this advice, as I think that it's a really good way of thinking, because if you think, I don't know, if you land basic attacks on the enemy, then build Trinity. If you start ahead, you go quick blades. Well, no, that's like a really subjective way of thinking, in my opinion. So I prefer thinking, what am I sure that will happen? Well, I'm sure that I will be able to build Guardian Angel or Frozen Heart on the third item if the enemy team has a lot of damage. Now, if if the enemy team is like focusing me and they I don't know, you know, the way of thinking of basic attacks landing is really subjective. You never know what will happen. League's a really complex game. I recommend you use this pathing, okay? Let's see. Uh, I'll jump into a custom game. What? Why can't I join the practice tool? Okay, well, I guess I can't. But do that, okay? My name is Lucas, and this is all. I will be streaming some Ezreal games in the near future. My Twitch stream link will be below in the description, and this is practically what I wanted to talk about, okay? And hello to ezrealmains subreddits. Thank you for commenting on my posts, and thank you for the hard welcoming welcome. Um, and that's all. I love playing ADC. Stop whining about the role. I know you get one-shotted, but it's basically positioning and you not knowing much about the game, and start focusing on improvement, and you will rank up. Stop blaming things on your teammates, and that's all that I wanted to say today. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this helped you. I strongly hope this helped you because this is what helped me, and I think that a lot of people are, how do you say it, probably not finding their way on the Ezreal builds. And yeah, I think this would be a nice video to like give you a new insight on the Ezreal builds. Okay, that's all, and see you.